ConnecTogether creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, ConnecTogether, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative. Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobby Seal-Kobiski. Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson. Friday Rotating Dance Classes hosted by Janice Lawrence and Joanne Cuff. And other initiatives, including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's Growable program and our Perspective series. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at ConnecTogether Society.
Hello.
You can start.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to Thursday's workout. I'm Sierra from Ocean Rehab and Fitness, for those who don't know me. We are working on some upper body strength and core today. So for equipment, you're just going to need some kind of resistance band and some light dumbbells. Soup cans work too, whatever you can find around the house. Some of the band exercises will also have some variations if you don't have bands. So feel free to adapt as you need. So to get started, we're going to get into a warm up. So I welcome all of you to sit up nice and tall, closing those eyes quick. We're going to get into some breathing. So we're going to place a hand on the belly and one hand on the chest, and we're going to take a big inhale. And we're thinking about expanding the belly first and then the chest. So inhale and exhale down towards the ground. Big inhale and exhale down towards the ground. Two more. Relaxing those shoulders as you exhale. And exhale, we're going to tuck that chin in. We're going to look down towards the ground. We're going to slowly roll up, looking up towards the ceiling. And slowly back down. And so going up and down, just start relaxing those shoulders. And then we're going to look left and right. And then we're going to tilt left ear to left shoulder and switching sides. And one more on each side. And then we're going to bring those shoulders up towards the ears and then back down. Big inhale and exhale down towards the ground. Couple more here. And on this next one, we're going to start going into some shoulder rolls. So rolling those shoulders back. Opposite motion of what we usually do all day. And then we're going to go into spine. So we're going to tilt to the left. This feels good. You can bring that other arm up overhead. Reaching as far as you can to that side. And then you're going to drop the arm in front and then rotate to the opposite side, looking over that shoulder, lifting that chest, holding there for a minute or a second here. And then we're going to switch sides. Reaching over. Really feeling a stretch from your armpit down And then bringing that arm in front and rotating, looking over that shoulder, holding here for a second. Then we're going to switch. Do one more on each side. Notice the breath here, helping release some tension or some tightness. Rotating. Good. One more on the other side. Dropping that shoulder and reaching over. Good. Then from here, you're going to tuck that chin in and roll down through the spine. So you can roll as low as you want to go. So you can stay just here, or if it feels good, you can roll all the way towards the ground. Wherever you end up, we're going to dangle there for a little bit. Taking in some big inhales, expanding the ribs in the back, keeping that chin tucked. Exhaling down towards the ground. Good. And you're going to slowly roll up. We're going to lift that chest. We're going to look up towards the ceiling, bring those arms out to the side. Good. And then we're going to tuck the chin in again, roll down through the spine, but this time I only want you to go part way. Feeling each vertebrae as you come down. And then we're going to roll up again. Lift that chest, go in the opposite direction with the spine. Drop those shoulder blades down. And we're going to come back to center. Good. Okay, next we're going to move on to just a little more shoulder mobility. So to start, we're going to bring our right arm overhead or in front of us, whatever feels good. Left arm's going to go back. And then we're going to switch. We're starting to get into some more dynamic movements here. So back and forth, squeezing those shoulder blades. And then we're going to bring both arms out in front and out to the sides. And opening up that chest. And then we're going to bring elbows tight, palms facing me, and you're going to go up and over like you're doing wall angels. Good. Squeezing those shoulders as you come down, pressing up. Nice. And then from there, we're going to bring our elbows to our sides. Palms are going to face each other. So you're looking for that 90-degree L shape. And you're going to rotate those elbows up towards shoulder height, keeping that 90 degrees. Then you're going to rotate those palms towards me and then going up towards the ceiling. Good. Coming back down to 90 degrees, rotating towards the ground, then rotating towards each other. Good. A couple more times. Rotating up and overhead. Squeeze those shoulders as you come down, holding that. Rotate and back to start. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And from here, we're going to imagine, we're going to bring the right arm out in front, imagining someone's pulling our wrist forward, and we're going to come back into the socket. So nice, subtle movements here, and then come back in. So imagining someone's pulling the wrist forward, and then we're bringing it back to center. Good. And one more. And then let's switch. Arm out front, forwards, and then back. One more. And we'll relax. Good, then we're gonna go right arm and we're gonna stir the pot. So right arm over. You can't really see what's happening here. There we go. Rotating, just letting that wrist loose and just slowly going into some circles here. Letting that arm dangle. Kind of feeling loose in the shoulder. And then you're going to switch directions. And then we're going to switch sides. And if you can, even leaning over a bit and letting it dangle some more. Nice and loose in the shoulder. Imagining you have a little bit of weight in that wrist to help swing, and then you're going to switch directions. Good. Nice. And we're going to relax there. Okay, we're going to grab our bands if you have them. If not, I will also provide some adaptations to it. First one we're going to do is we're going to bring palms down towards the ground. Have a little bit of tension in that band, but not too much, because you want to be able to stretch that band all the way out to the sides while you keep those arms straight. And if you don't have a band, you can do this motion with a weight or just with your arms. So really squeezing those shoulder blades back as you come out to the side. And if you want more tension, adding those hands closer together. Less, hands are out to a little further. Good. Sitting up tall. Keeping those shoulders relaxed away from those ears. And last one. Good. Okay, we're gonna rest there and go into a chest press. So you can put the bands behind you, or if you have some kind of door stopper that you can put it in there, and you're gonna go into a chest press. So keeping palms down towards the ground, squeezing those shoulder blades back as you come forward. You can use this with weight as well, or you can also do this with no weight. Okay, we're doing 10 there. My band is stuck in my hair. There we go. Nice work. And I'm trying to get those elbows up to shoulder height as you press forward. And remember, squeeze those shoulder blades back. Imagine you have a blueberry between those shoulder blades. Good. And then we're going to rest there. Next one we're going to do is an external rotation. So you have a weight, you can do it with weights. You can also just do this motion. If you have a band, you're going to have palms together and you're going to pull that band apart. So subtle movement here, using very little muscles, but really important for that rotator cuff. Good, keeping those elbows tight. You should imagine having a piece of paper between those elbows and your side, and you don't want to drop that piece of paper. Good. Nice. Good, and then we're gonna go back into band pull apart. So resting there. I'm gonna go into band pull aparts again. So palms are facing down towards the ground. Arms are straight out, and then we're pulling that band. Nice. Shoulders away from the ears, nice and relaxed. Good, and we're resting, switching into chest press. So band behind the back or into a door frame if you're using the band. Otherwise, you can use some weight or again, just doing that motion, squeezing those shoulder blades back and pressing forward. You can add a little power if you want once you get that motion in. Good. And the goal here, again, trying to keep those shoulder blades down and back as you come forward, which sounds counterintuitive. We want to keep those shoulders in line. Nice. Couple more here, keeping those elbows up as we come forwards. And last one. Good. Okay. Switching into external rotation. Palms are facing each other, going out to the side. Again, think about elbows tight to that body. We don't want to let that piece of paper fall away. Good. Sitting up tall. Relax those shoulders. You should feel that squeeze in the back of the shoulders. Good. And last one. Good. Okay, we're going to go back to the top one last time, and then we're going to switch into some bicep and tricep. So again, palms down towards the ground, shoulders relaxed, pulling that band. Goal here is to keep those arms nice and straight the entire time. If balance is an issue, really thinking about using that core, any core engagement you have. Maybe that's using your back muscles to hold you up. Maybe it's pulling the belly button in towards the spine or thinking about that. So that everything else is just nice and straight up and down. Last one. And rest, good. Okay, we're gonna switch again into chest press. And behind the back if you have your band. And this time adding a lot of power into it. So as you press forward, you want to add some explosiveness. And then slow on the way back, squeezing those shoulder blades. Nice. Good, halfway. And making sure the shoulders go back nice and aligned. Sitting up tall each time. And last one. Good, and we'll rest there. Bringing palms towards each other, elbows nice and tight, pulling that band out to the sides. Good. And a couple more. Shoulders relaxed. And good. Okay, we're gonna relax there. Grab some water if you need. We are gonna move into using some dumbbells if you have them. And we're gonna do some bicep and tricep work. So depending on the weights you're using or no weights, I'm going to add a little bit of a variation here to challenge you a bit. So we're going to go into a bicep curl, but we're going to do it once, and then we're going to come to halfway, do 3 pulses, and then come back down. Okay, if you have heavy weights, I would say just stick to your bicep curl, but if your weights are fairly light and you need a little bit of a challenge, add a pulse. So halfway, 3 pulses, and then down, keeping those elbows tight. Good. And I'm going to try and keep track of where we are. Good. And every time we go down towards ground, we're checking in what our shoulders are doing, making sure they're not up at the ears. Good, halfway. Six. And down, good. Good, adding some explosiveness as you come up, but make it nice and explosive and controlled. Good, one more. And rest, good. Okay, next one we're gonna do, I'm gonna come to the side here so you can see, it helps to come a little bit forward. We're gonna keep the elbow tucked into our side and bent, and then you're gonna straighten out that arm, and you're gonna feel that in the tricep, and then you're gonna come back and out. Okay, so kicking back. Good. Nice and controlled and slow. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, coming back. Good. Really checking in with our shoulders, seeing if they're square. So we want to keep them even on both sides, because some people might want to rotate. You want to stay nice and square. Good. And then we're going to switch sides. Another way to challenge those triceps is to just go into some dips if you feel like that is a little more effective. Some people find that a little easier to do. And kicking back, nice and slow as you extend, nice and slow as you come back, thinking about, am I nice and level between each shoulder, or am I leaning to one side, and how can I get the best in square shoulders? Nice and slow. Keeping that elbow tucked. And last one. Good. Okay, we're gonna rest here for a second, and then we're gonna go back into our bicep curls. So bringing both the weights or hands out to the side, adding some explosiveness, but control, coming to halfway, and then adding pulses. And then down. 2, good. Remember, exhale on the work. Exhale as you come up. Nice. Halfway. Making sure when we do go halfway, on our curl. We're going all the way up to the shoulders and back to half. So don't cheat yourself on those pulses. Two more. And last one. And relax. Good. Okay, we're going to go back into our tricep kickbacks, or feel free to add the dips. Okay, so coming forwards, I like to add, I don't have a lot of balance, so adding an arm to the lap, thinking about level shoulders, coming into that row position, and then we're kicking back, keeping that elbow tight, and staying there. Good. Nice and slow. I have to remind myself of that too. Triceps are usually people's weaker point, so we just want to get through it, but slow and steady wins this race. Good. Exhale on the work, so we're exhaling as we extend that arm back. And last one. Good. Switching sides. Checking in to see how we can keep those shoulders nice and square and level as we come forward. So rowing into position, elbow tight, and kicking back. Good. Good. Two more. Nice. And we're resting. Okay. Back to the start. We want to do 3 rounds here. So we're going to go one more round. And then I have a nice little shoulder burner to finish off with these upper body shoulder exercises. So we're going to go back into our bicep curl. And again, thinking about that explosiveness, and then 3 pulses. Okay. Explosiveness, but controlled. Making sure we get those full pulses, and then down. Good. And 2 more. Try and keep track here. Good. And last one. And we're resting. Good. Okay, last time into our tricep extension. Level shoulders. Even if we're tired, finding something that is fairly good quality, and rather quality over quantity in your reps. Arm going straight back. Trying to find some levelness. Nice rigidity, but smooth in that elbow. Nice and slow and controlled. And we're gonna switch. Good, coming forwards, sitting up tall, rowing and kicking back. Slowing it down. Exhale as we extend that arm. Two more. Nice, and we're resting. Okay, grab some water. And then we are gonna go into two more exercises using dumbbells if you have them. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show the motion without weight, and then if you want to add weight, feel free. So we're gonna bring elbows up to shoulder height, palms are facing each other. Then we're gonna rotate out, still keeping that 90 degrees in a field goal position. And then we're gonna press overhead, coming back down, rotating, and then back out. Okay, so crucial here, keep those shoulders down, keep that 90 degrees. If you're adding weight, you might be challenged in balance, and that's okay. If you need to do one, feel free to do one and then switch side. Really focusing on trying to keep that 90 degrees that's happening here the entire time we are at shoulder height. And then the other thing is sometimes we want to hike that shoulder up, especially if we have increased weight. Try and keep it away from those ears. Good. And or drop that weight and work up to more weight. Good. Let's do 3 more. And we'll rest. Good. Okay, next one we're going to do is a lateral to front raise. So we're going to bring arms out to the sides, then arms out to the front. So coming here, and then we're going to do alternating out in front. So out to the sides, alternating out front. Good. That's 2. Good. And people always, I find, want to use momentum to get that arm up. We just really want to keep it nice and controlled. Stop at shoulder height and then come out front, controlled, and then reset, making sure everything stays down with those shoulders. Good, that's halfway. Exhale as we bring those arms up. Nice, almost through. Good, last one. Might be an extra one, but we'll sneak it in and rest. Good. Okay, we're gonna rest and we're gonna do that one more time and then we're gonna go into some core. I recognize this one's a lot on the shoulders. So we are gonna just do 2 sets today. So again, bringing those elbows together, palms facing each other. Notice the distance. It's kind of keeping everything nice and perpendicular. And then we're opening up and then pressing. Everything staying down and rolled back as you do that, okay? Good. See how close you can get those elbows together. And when we come into front, we're still at shoulder height. Good. 2 more. And we'll rest. Good. Okay, last one, we're gonna go front raise or lateral raise, front raise. So lateral and then alternating in the front. Good, making sure we're not using momentum. We're solely letting those shoulders do the work. If you're using heavy weights and the front is getting difficult, feel free to drop the weight. So I find some people will be able to do the lateral, but front might be challenging. Feel free to drop the weight as you come forward. Goal here is to make those shoulders strong, not injure ourselves. So quality here, most important. Nice. We are over halfway. And last one. Good. Okay, and we're resting. So that is it for shoulders. We're gonna go into some core to finish off. So what we're gonna do first is a Russian twist. If you want weight, feel free to add weight to this, but not necessary. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold, if you are holding the weight, you can also just bring your hands together for this or hold like a pillow or a water bottle, something like that. I find having a little bit of something to hold helps with that rotation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist to the right hip and then to the left. And what I want you to do is also look that way. So we're gonna twist and look that direction and twist each way. Good. And then once that feels good, you can start adding a little bit of speed. We're going for 30 seconds. Ten seconds. And rest. Good. Okay, next one we're going to do is a seated dead bug. Again, not necessary with weight, but if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, I'm going to use an ankle weight because the other weight will probably throw me forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring one hand out in front. If you have a weight, your palm is going to be up facing the ceiling. And then the other hand is going to be out in front, but you're going to go up overhead while you try and maintain that. So for some people, I mean, I scooted up a little bit to add a little more core stability. For some, you might have to bring that hand a little closer. And then we're going up. So if you can, keeping that arm straight out in front. And the other one is going up overhead. Shoulders relaxed. Good. And switching sides. So arm straight out. Bring that arm up. And because my core is very much challenged, I'm really trying to keep shoulders down from the ears. We tend to use our shoulders as core stability when we are lacking it. So trying to fight against that. Good. Good. And 2 more. Good. And we're going to rest. Okay, we're going to go back to our Russian twist. So grab a weight or whatever you are holding. Sitting up tall. Good, and let's begin. So 30 seconds, rotating between each side, looking that direction, trying to get that full rotation, or as much rotation as we can. So for me, that's not a lot, but good. Couple more. 3, 2, and rest. Good. Okay, switching back into, I don't know if I said, but seated dead bug is what this is called. So we're gonna bring an arm out front, and then an arm is going up overhead. And we're really trying to fight keeping that arm straight out in front of us, or as best as we can. And at front, staying nice and level, nice in control while that other arm is going up and over. Good. Seeing how straight you can keep both arms. And switching sides. Good work. We have one more round after this. Still holding in there. Almost through. Check to see if those arms are straight, keeping those shoulders down. Good, and rest. Nice work. Okay, grab some water. I want everyone to finish this last round fresh. So take a minute, take a quick 20 seconds here. Grab your weight or Russian twist if you're using a weight. Relaxing those shoulders, maybe taking a couple big breaths here. Good. Okay, last round, Russian twists. Grabbing your weight if you're using one, and we are twisting, looking each way. And nice and controlled. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay, dead bugs last round. This time we're gonna switch it up a little bit on you, add a little bit of a challenge. So what we're gonna do is instead of going up, this time we are gonna rotate out, and we're gonna kind of watch that hand as it comes forward. Then we're gonna switch and go to the other side. So arm is staying out. The weight, if you have one, is out front. Bringing the arm out to the side. We're gonna look as that arm's going out to the side, following that hand, switching, and then going to the other side. Good. So nothing's really rotating except for your head. Everything else is staying nice and level. Arms going out to the side, squeezing that shoulder blade as that arm goes out to the side, keeping that arm straight. Imagining you're holding a glass of water and you don't want to drop it or let any spill. Good. A couple more seconds here. Relaxing those shoulders. Just looking to that side. Good. And let's rest. Good work. Okay. Let's get into a cool down. Usually my favorite, something people neglect a lot. We're going to tuck that chin in first. Look down towards the ground, and then we're going to bring nose to right armpit. Relax that left side. You can bring an arm behind if that feels good. And if you want, you can use that right hand to pull your head down a little further if that feels good. Then we're going to slowly come up and we're going to switch sides. So tuck that chin in, look down, bring the nose to the left armpit, relax the right side. Arm can go back if that feels good. And then add that left hand if that feels good to pull down towards your armpit. Good. Okay, checking our breath here. Remember, big inhales. Exhale, releasing that tension. Seeing if we can get that nose a little closer to the armpit. And we're going to slowly release. Tucking the chin in, we're going to tilt right ear to right shoulder. Relax that left side. Arm can go back if that feels good. Big inhale. Exhale, feel that weight drop towards the floor. Okay, coming back to center, tucking that chin in, tilting to the other side. Arm can go back if that feels good. And slowly releasing that, we're going to go into the pecs. So what I'm going to have everyone do is relax the left arm. Use your right hand or palm to find a tender point. Once you find a point, you're going to bring your arm out front and you're going to open up the chest, putting pressure into that pec. Good. And you're going to come back to center and go again, whether that's the same point or somewhere different. Really letting that point feel some pressure and then coming back. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good. We'll switch sides. Finding a point, bringing that arm out front, and then opening up that chest. Good. Find a new point or stay at that point, open up that chest. Couple more here. And last one. Good, and we'll release that. We're going to tuck the chin in, roll down through the spine. You can choose how low you want to go. Once you get to your lowest point, you're going to stay there, let the head dangle. You're going to take 3 big inhales, expanding the ribs in the back, feeling the space. And last one. And then you're slowly going to roll up. We're going to lift that chest, look up towards the ceiling, bring those arms out to the side or behind us. Whatever feels good. Couple big inhales here. And last one. And slowly release that. Okay. I hope everyone had a good workout. Thank you all for joining me today.
Thanks, Sierra.
Thank you. I hope everyone's feeling refreshed, and I will see you all. Actually, no, I will not see you all next week. I have someone popping in from Ocean Rehab to cover for me. So look out for Chris, I believe, who will be covering next week. But otherwise, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all soon.
Take care.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Everyone. See you next week.